All right. So,
Hey,
we are back.
welcome back.
Well, I just said it. I'm here.
I'm talking to them.
Oh, welcome back. Episode 55.
55.
55.
I can't drive 55. I can't drive 55.
You mean you can't go faster than 55
No, I am incapable of actually driving 55.
million miles?
I go 54 and then 56. It's possible. Time jumps.
Impossible. That's kind of cool. Let's talk
Or
about that.
possible.
It is possible to drive 55.
It's not.
Not for you. Leave a note in the comments if you can drive 55.
Well, how would you know if you were driving 55?
Radar detector. I have a radar gun, and while I'm driving, I open up a quantum portal,
Uh-huh.
like a wormhole, sort of,
Yeah.
but more like the game Portal.
Sure.
But did you ever play Portal?
No.
Really? It's actually a really cool game. It's very cool. It's like that stupid Roblox shit you were just showing me, but cool. Because you have to think it's like a bunch of different platforms. In some of it's a puzzle game. Some of them it's like this platform, and you have to place something on top of this platform, but you can't just like walk up to the platform. You have to open up a portal.
Why can't you just walk up there?
So you open up an open portal, like on the wall in front of you, and the second portal would be up on the ledge above where you're trying to go. So you can walk through this portal and land up there. Now, if you made one of those portals while you're driving, could you do that
Yep.
in this game that you've never heard of?
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
Fascinating stuff, James.
How was your week?
I don't remember. And I'm just too tired from listening to that story
Cool.
about portals or so. I don't remember what the point was.
Portals.
We started the show by talking about portals.
Mm-hmm.
It was
really about getting a radar detective. Radar detective?
Merry Christmas. How about that?
Happy Christmas. How was your Christmas?
Not bad. Better than last year's.
Was it?
Yeah, significantly better.
What did you do last year?
Had a heart attack.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
No, not really.
No.
Nah. No, this year I just stayed home with my daughter who was sick. And we played video games all day. So really, not the worst day.
Christmas.
She's like any other child, she was really sick when it was time to get up and get ready for school and everything else. And then about an hour after school starts, she feels better.
It's strange how often that happens.
Yeah,
Happened to me all
it
the time.
happens.
All the time happened to me.
Near death at 7:15 in the morning. Miraculous recover around 9:30. 9:28, 9:29, 9:30. Hey, let's play video games. And what do we got to eat? And what's on TV? And where's my phone?
Food. How was your Chinese food?
I don't know. Not great. There was nothing special or interesting about it whatsoever.
I haven't had the Chinese food from back in the States in so long. But did you have the one Chinese place that you would always go to?
No.
There wasn't your Chinese place?
I had several Chinese places depending on where I was at that time.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this way. Did your parents have a restaurant that they would always go to in any style? Any type of food? But a specific restaurant that they would always go. We had one, and it was a Chinese restaurant. That's why I
it's the diner.
The diner, a Gucci diner?
No, just the diner.
The diner by Gucci on Ibn Fihon.
No, we didn't go there.
What was the diner?
I don't remember the name of the diner anymore. Stanley's.
Stanley's.
Started off many years ago as a diner, and then they tried to make it like a little classier, but it was still just a slightly classier looking diner.
I see.
You know, big giant thick menu with 1,000 items.
Do you have Friendlies?
Yeah.
Did you have Friendlies in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Was it like that?
No, it's a diner.
Because I remember
all like a Friendlies.
Friendlies was kind of a diner.
Not really.
I mean, the one that I went to in Massachusetts was like a diner.
You know, I know the official state motto for New Jersey is the Garden State, but it's really the Diner State. I have a very different concept of diners than you if you think Friendlies is a diner.
No, this specific Friendlies was like a diner.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I've been to diners, but this specific, it was in like Framingham or something. No, it was west of Worcester. Yeah. So I'm like, where? There's a city. Yeah, there's a city in Massachusetts called Ware.
Ah. So you started off by making a point, you know, about restaurants, and did you have a specific restaurant?
Oh yeah. So
is there a point to that, or
nope.
you just making? Oh.
No, because we had.
Hey, does your dad have blue underwear?
No, he wears tidy whities.
Oh, okay.
But no, we always ate at Princess Garden. That was our Chinese place, because it was where my parents had their first date, and then they ended up just like going back because it's really good. Princess Garden became so popular among the Jews that they ended up actually doing a kosher night. They would come in, wrap everything in tinfoil. They would have somebody from the VAD, you know, the kosher council, the kashrut council. He would come in, check everything. They would cover everything and sanitize the whole place. And they would have kosher night like once a month or twice a month, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. But no, we always went to Princess Garden for Christmas. That's not true. We went to Princess Garden many times for Christmas, but not every time. But they all know us. Like it's one of those family kind of places where
like they know us, like, hey, it's the Shulkins, or it's like, hey, it's the Jews that come here every year.
No, they know my mom and my dad. It's Janet, and they know my brother and me, and they know my cousins. They know the whole family. Like we became very close, and I've never really seen them out of there. Maybe shopping once or twice, you know, and but we never really saw them. But they always knew us, and because we had before my bar mitzvah, my brother's bar mitzvah. Weddings, before almost every event, we have a big event at like a big dinner at Princess Garden. That was our place. So did your parents used to go back to the place they had their first date? Like one of those kind of, you know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna bet no.
I don't think you need to bet. I think you would know this. This would, like, you would just.
Well, I don't know when my parents had their first date. I don't remember.
Then you wouldn't necessarily know this. But yeah.
But knowing where it was, what state and everything they lived in, knowing where we lived and everything else, knowing where
right.
we went.
They moved as well. They moved.
Well,
around.
no, it was still in New Jersey. They didn't have their first date in Kansas. That's when my father was going to dental school, when he lived in Kansas or Missouri.
I see.
Missouri. So, they did have their first date in New Jersey, but knowing that where my mother lived and where my father lived, knowing that where we lived and everything else, I'm going to go with we did not always go to the place where they always had their first date.
You didn't always go there?
No.
Oh, okay. Me neither.
Because I'm sure at some point they probably would have said, hey, this is that place.
And I'm sure that place would have said, guys, stop always coming here.
Probably not.
I don't know.
As long as you're paying, they probably wouldn't care.
Yeah, but I think if we went to Princess Garden all the time,
well, you
for
could
every single meal, 3 meals a day, every single meal, like you leave, you go about your business, and then you come back for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. they'd probably say, thank you for, happy to have you, but I think Suwon would probably say, get the fuck out of here.
I don't think he would.
At a point. No, Suwon was a woman.
I don't think she would.
I think Suwon was Wendy's sister. So either Suwon or Wendy would probably say.
What the hell was I just watching? What the hell was it? Wait a minute. Some movie.
Did you lose it yet? Don't lose it. Don't forget it.
Try
not to
Johnny
forget it.
English 2.
No, I didn't see Johnny English 1.
Well, there's this part where there's this woman named Susan. Okay,
I saw the Bean movie.
It's an Asian woman, and she's got a pin on her. She's like, undercover spy woman, whatever. And it's this Asian woman, and she's got a pin on. Hold on.
The English name Susan.
She's got the name Susan, and he's like, so he's like the bungling detective, and he's got the sidekick, and the sidekick's like, I don't think her name was Susan. He's like, oh, you fool, that wasn't Susan, that was Shushwan or whatever. But it was actually that it was just Susan. He was just an idiot. You said that, and it just click.
That's so funny.
It was. Maybe it was more about you had to be there moment, but certainly more interesting, I think, than your thing that you started talking about when we opened the show.
What did you used to do for Christmas?
Sleep.
You didn't go to dinner or anything? Did you ever experience the Jews go to Chinese food for Christmas?
I think it was more of we might have gotten Chinese takeout rather than actually gone to a place.
Okay.
But not the good Chinese. We got the other Chinese.
That you eat cold the next day? Even
Princess
at Princess Garden, we eat cold the next day.
The good Chinese was a kosher place. We had a kosher Chinese place. And it was so good that people from the neighborhood it was in would walk in there and would order, would eat there, and they wouldn't ever realize. They would go there for a while without realizing that it was a kosher place. You couldn't get pork. They didn't have pork egg rolls.
Would you try to order pork and they would say, no, we have the pork today?
You don't understand. No. I have been in there many times when people would come in there and be like, I want like a shrimp egg roll, or I want like a pork egg roll, or spare ribs. And they'd be like, no, we're kosher. We don't have pork or any of that. And they'd be like, what?
Were they of Asian, the Asian
yes.
persuasion?
And it was some of the best Chinese food I've ever had. It was gigantic chunks. I mean, I don't mean like chunks of chicken, but I mean it was big pieces of chicken and meat and everything else. Some of these places give you just like a little bit of meat and lots of vegetables. You got like a great portion of meat with your food. I mean, it was a good place. I mean, shitty spare ribs because they were like cow ribs and stuff.
Those are not spare ribs then. I think spare ribs are only pork.
But they would cook them like spare ribs. That's what they were. They were kosher spare ribs.
Did you have the Chinese buffet places where they had like burgers? They have the pans, of all the food, pizza and
French
burgers.
Fries. I don't remember burgers, but yeah, pizza and French fries.
Oh yeah, they had burgers at one point, and they were like made. It was like 2 buns and the burger and 2 buns. So there's a bun with a burger in the middle.
First of all, the Chinese food at Chinese food places is usually the lowest quality you could find anywhere.
So that brings me to the next point. Did you ever eat at dim sum in Tel Aviv? You didn't eat at dim sum, but dim sum was.
Is that the one on Evan Vuitton?
No, it was on Allenby.
Is it a chain?
Was very was.
Was it a chain?
No.
Probably never. I definitely never ate there.
No, it was apparently really good, authentic Chinese food.
Well, there was
You've probably never had authentic Chinese food.
I've probably definitely never had Chinese food.
It's disgusting.
I had a type of Chinese food that was only
awful.
available in the New York, New Jersey area. Because once I traveled out of that area and got Chinese food...
I mean, this place is in Tel Aviv.
It was completely fucking different. And the Chinese food in Florida was a lot like the Chinese food in California and a lot like the Chinese food in Vermont and everything. And then you'd come to Jersey and New York and everything else, and the Chinese food was completely different. And I can't stand Chinese food anywhere else in this world, really, except for when I'm back...
How was it different? because China is kind of big, and there's like Hunan and Szechuan and
Well, that's what it is.
a lot of different flavors.
Apparently, everywhere in the West, every Western nation does a different type of Chinese food, and then like New Jersey, New York does a different part of.
See, at Princess Garden, for example, they would have the Hunan delight. They had Szechuan triple delight. So they'd have a dish from each of the different regions, or a number of different dishes from the like Szechuan is like heavy with peppers, like green and red peppers, like bell peppers.
Well, I would always get.
Hunan is like heavy with sauces.
I would always get chicken and cashews, and the sauces, and no matter where I got it from, nothing was ever like. And it's not like at this one restaurant I used to go to. It
was like a
It
molasses,
didn't matter. It didn't matter because like I lived in Elizabeth, and I'd go to the it was called like Big Apple or Red Apple Chinese food delivery thing, or if I went to I don't know the place in I don't remember the name of the place, but it was in like the center of the it's called 5 Points. If I was in the 5 Points area and I went to that place, or if I was at a different Chinese food place, whatever I would order, it would always be the same kind of Chinese food. And these weren't chain places; these were like single-owned places. I'd go to New York City and I'd get it, and it would be the same exact as what I would get in Jersey. And then I would go to like Florida, completely different. Not at all like this. A completely different type of sauce, a different base for this. Like I cannot.
I understand.
Like imagine like your whole life you were given a burger with ketchup and mustard, and then all of a sudden you went to a place and they put a oyster sauce on it. And then you find out that everywhere in the world eats it with oyster sauce. It's only in your neighborhood where they eat it with ketchup and mustard. And you're just like, what the fuck just happened to my world?
Everywhere else in the world eats with
well, I shouldn't say.
I think it's kind of the opposite.
Whenever I get
only
Chinese
your
food,
place eats with oyster sauce, and everywhere else in the world eats with ketchup and mustard.
Well, no, I'm saying it's the other way.
What you think is the norm
winds up not being the
tri-state
norm.
area in New York and New Jersey, Newark and New York,
New Jersey and New York.
That they ate a specific type of Chinese food, and everywhere else was something different. That would mean that everywhere else it was commonplace, and where you were was different.
Well, yeah, but imagine you think that your thing is common.
You think
you grew up with ketchup and hot dogs, and you find out ketchup and mustard, and then you find out
you grew up.
No, it's not ketchup.
No,
and mustard.
It would be you grew up with oyster sauce.
No, I grew up with ketchup.
And then you realize that everywhere else. No, but that's. You're talking about something.
No, you're just upset because you're part of the everywhere else, and you don't want to be lumped in with oyster sauce.
No, you wanted something to be relatable, and it's not relatable.
It is relatable.
Not to me.
Because you're from the other fucking weird place.
Which is everywhere except New York and New Jersey.
Yeah.
I see.
Only one can be right. Everyone else is wrong.
Everyone else is left.
There can only be one right answer. If you got the right answer and everyone else has a different answer, everyone else's answer is wrong. Trust me, our Chinese food is better. We know.
Oh.
2 things you want from New Jersey and New York: pizza and Chinese food. And Taylor ham.
Pizza. I don't like Chicago. I don't like deep crust pizza.
You don't like the deep dish? The deep dish pizza there, Bob?
Yeah, no. Is that Toronto? Like Edmonton, Canada?
I wasn't saying it was good. That was Canada's more like this, eh? Eh?
I'm sorry, Canadian viewers. Don't mind him. Yeah. How old were you when you learned that Santa? Sorry, spoiler alert, guys. That Santa was bullshit.
Probably the first time I was told there was such a thing, a concept of Santa. I was probably like, "Hey, there's this Santa thing. It's not real. Don't worry about it."
I remember spoiling Santa for one of my neighbors when I was a little kid. And yeah, I don't know. My parents told me that
I don't remember. I don't remember my parents ever telling me like not to tell the other kids or not to say anything, but I'm sure they must have.
Well, I mean, I used to play with my neighbor. Like he would come over to my gym. Like we had a jungle gym in our backyard. I would go over to their house and play with their pachinko machine. Little kids are 5, 6, 7 years old. Or however, I don't even remember. And at one point, one of their sons was over on our swing, and we were swinging back and forth, and we were talking about Santa or something, and I just heard that Santa didn't exist. I'd heard about Santa, but we never talked. I knew that it was for the Christians, and I was Jewish, so I knew that I had no connection to him. But my parents at a point mentioned that Santa wasn't real, and wow, I got some new information. I gotta share this with you. And I for this 4-year-old kid or whatever, however old he was, and apparently, I guess his parents probably got mad at my parents. And I didn't really think much about it until recently. I was reading somebody was asking this question about.
If you're gonna lie to your kids, you gotta expect that there's a possibility that they're gonna learn the truth.
I'm not fucking lying to your kids for you. Like you wanna lie to your kids, that's fine. I'm not holding my shit back though, and I did not. I shit.
Yeah, I don't. Certainly as an adult, I don't ever remember being in that position. Having to like sit there with a child and be like, "Oh, you're looking." Well, actually, maybe I don't know. Actually, that's not true. I'm sure there probably have been situations where I've been at someone's house who had kids, and I'd be like, "Oh, is Santa gonna bring you good? Or what did Santa bring you this? Or something stupid like that." I'm sure that's happened.
I did find, and I didn't have time to prep this and put this on the screen here, but I found, and I've never seen this before. I've never seen this, not in modern times. A sign.
You saw it in ancient times?
A sign for a blue Santa. Whatever this says.
Blue Santa. He needed the money.
Blue Santa. The Santa's always been red. What is this? Chanuk Christmas Sameach. It says Chanuk Christmas. Happy. Because you put the verb reverse order. So happy Hanukkah Christmas. It doesn't matter.
Why Hanukkah Christmas?
It doesn't matter.
Why Hanukkah Christmas?
It doesn't.
They fall like 2 weeks apart.
It's the season. It's the Israeli version of holidays. Happy holidays. How about this? On fucking
Hanukkah, you say Happy Hanukkah. And on Christmas, you can wish people a Merry Christmas. And shut the fuck up the other times.
And it says that they're open on the holiday, which is not unusual. They are always open, except for on like high holidays.
In Israel, saying you're open on Christmas is like being like, yeah, we're open on random Tuesday.
I was gonna say Tuesday also. Was Christmas on a Tuesday?
Yes.
It was on a Wednesday. No, it was on a Wednesday. Oh, yeah, it was yesterday. It was on a Tuesday. Nice call.
You think I just randomly picked a Tuesday just because?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. And then there was yeah.
And then there was Maud.
Trees. Yep. Did we talk about the Christmas trees last week?
No.
Russian Christmas trees?
No.
Very strange. You know why the Russians have Christmas trees?
Because they're stupid.
No, you know why?
Spoiler alert, sorry.
Jewish Russians have Christmas trees.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Because they're stupid.
No, it's not a Christmas tree.
No, it's a boogie boogie tree or a nigga.
No, it's a New Year's tree.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they celebrate on New Year's.
It's a New Year's tree. Well, no. Christmas in Eastern Orthodox.
Miriam's Russian. We could go live and ask her.
No, I know this though. This is like I know this.
She knows it better.
Christmas is celebrated January 6th in Russia. So this Christmas it means nothing. As far as all of the Russians that have asked about this, which is actually a number of them at work.
Why would the Russians ask about it if they're Russian and it's their thing?
I asked them.
Oh, you asked them.
Yes.
Okay, I got that backwards.
During the Soviet era, there was no religious freedom. There wasn't really even Christianity as much, but it was less of a big deal. So the Jews were definitely not free to practice Judaism. So the Jews masked themselves as Christians. They would get a Christmas tree. So they would fit in years and years and years ago, and then it became a tradition that it was just a New Year's tree. So yeah, Russians have a New Year's tree.
Wow.
And they're everywhere. They're all over in Tel Aviv. You remember this? There was the Don Quixote.
Ho. Big giant dancing Santa on Allenby.
Exactly. Then they have the dancing Santa, and that is Jewish. Yeah, that is Christian. So I don't know if it's bullshit or if it's actually true.
Wait.
And it's just a nonsense justification.
Only Christian Santa can dance. What does Jewish Santa do? Oi. Shakes his head. Oi. It's very racist, James.
It's not Jewish Santa. It's the Hanukkah zombie, and he dances around the Christmas bush, the Hanukkah bush.
Brains.
Really? You don't know the Hanukkah zombie?
No.
The Hanukkah zombie.
Is he like Elf on a Shelf? Oh, it's a Futurama thing.
It's a Futurama thing.
That's all you had to say.
The Futurama thing. Hanukkah zombie. You don't remember this guy? With his TIE fighter thing?
Yes, of course I remember.
And it was Mark Hamill did his voice. But then and that was the greatest because they're singing this song. There's this, there's the Santa bot, wherever he is. The Santa bot is singing his song, and then the Hanukkah zombie sings his verse, and then Kwanzaa bot comes in with like this rap written by a couple of white guys, voiced by Coolio or I think it was like Coolio. It's just fucking cringe. C4. I never noticed that. This is the dreidel says C4.
I see that.
That's not what a dreidel is supposed to say.
No, it should say Semtex.
Why should it say Semtex?
Why should it say C4?
That's a good point. It's got to say something.
Actually, they don't say anything. They very rarely speak.
They don't. They don't. Only in cartoons. Sometimes only in cartoons. Not in all cartoons.
No, not in all cartoons. Dreidels often do not speak in cartoons.
Most often don't. So yeah, I was at the store, and I wanted like some.
This story's already bullshit.
I wanted some cookies or something, just something sweet. And I actually meant to open them a little bit ago, but it wasn't just because I wanted some cookies. I just wanted to be able to eat some Filipinos.
I was gonna do a whole thing about like eating people, and then we could talk about eating Filipinos. But you just totally fucked.
What kind of people would you like to eat?
Peanut butter people.
No, that's ridiculous.
Well, I was gonna talk about cannibalism.
Let's talk about cannibalism.
Well, it's too late now. There's no need to do the segue. Although I had a roommate in boarding school. Who claimed to have eaten people.
Would you like one? They're really good, actually. They're extremely decent.
He claimed that where he lived, there was a restaurant called Real People Eat Here. And that everything on the menu was made from human.
So there was this Twilight Zone episode. Do you know the episode I'm going to mention?
No, I didn't watch the Twilight Zone.
Ever?
I don't know. I might have seen an episode or two. But
It's
literally an episode or two.
It was called To Serve Man.
I have heard people reference this episode. It was a cookbook. Spoiler alert.
It was a cookbook for cooking people. For cooking man.
Yeah. My roommate was a weird guy.
Not out of Soylent Green.
He was a weird guy.
Soylent Green is people. What was Soylent Green from?
When he was 9 years old, my friend, my roommate.
Same Jeffrey, by any chance?
No.
Dahmer?
Jeep.
His name was GP? Jeep? Was it GP or Jeep?
It was GP, and he told everyone to call him Jeep.
Like general purpose?
I don't know what his real name was.
Like as a general purpose vehicle
I lived with the guy for like five months. I do not remember what his real name was. He was Jeep. That's what everyone called him. So, anyway, when he was 9 years old, he tried to run away from home, right? So he jumped on a train. Got scared and jumped off the train.
How fast is the train going?
Didn't jump far enough. Fast enough. Didn't jump far enough away, and his leg got taken. Well, got removed. I don't know really if it got taken. But it got removed.
Yoink!
Train's like, I got your leg.
No, there's just somebody hanging back off the side of the
Okay.
thing.
Now, at no point
Shit.
did anyone tell me that my new roommate only had one leg.
Already, I don't believe this story.
So the first day of school.
Already, I don't believe this story that I already know.
The first day of school, we're hanging out, and we're at this like the smoking area, okay? And I guess in his weird kind of way, he was trying to get me curious about his leg because there was like a wooden post, and he was smashing his leg into it. Okay, in
for fun?
in a way that like definitely would have hurt if you had a leg. But I don't remember. I remember him doing it, but I don't remember any. I just remember thinking that was weird. I don't remember, like, hey, what's with your leg? Why are you doing, nothing like that. So meanwhile, that night we were in our dorm room, and I was hanging out in the like lounge area. They had a TV and some couches and shit, and he had gone to bed. So it was like 10 o'clock. It was like curfew time or whatever, right? We all had to go back to our rooms.
Did you have like a Nintendo Wii and stuff there?
And no.
PlayStation 4?
No.
5?
Shut up. So I go back to the room, right? And now, like inside the room is dark, okay? And like there's just like kind of like the main lights are off in the hallways. It's just like the like quote unquote like night lights. Okay, they had like separate lights, so it was like darker out, whatever. So you open up the door and it's all kind of like dark, right? And then you got like the little narrow path of like the light. It was like these small little pie-shaped rooms. There's a leg in the middle of the floor. I was like, what the fuck?
You knocked his leg against the wall enough times,
and you got well. Okay, so that's how I found out he had one leg. That weekend, the first weekend we were all at school, we had like dorm camping trips. Okay, kind of like you're gonna go out into the woods for a weekend and bond with your your dorm, not just like your roommate, but like everyone in the dorm.
James Bond?
Yes.
Okay.
And there were like they were like pods, because each one was like
James Pod?
octagonal. Okay? And then each room was like a little pie shape from the octagon. And
was there like a corner in the room? Like a sharp corner? I don't understand.
I could actually show you on Google Maps the room. They were shaped like little honeycombs.
Don't just talk shit. Do it.
Which browser is it?
Well, no. Search it first. Prep it. This one. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Lego.
Yeah, this would help. It's no longer a school, but we should be able to find some.
I don't believe you. I don't believe it.
Actually, for like sale for like $2 million. I'm
right,
sure by now someone's developed it and torn down the school. Well, don't put it live until we can find it.
Well, I think we found it, right?
That does. Yeah, those are the dorms right there. I think that one would have been mine. That little pod.
Well, here, you know what to do. You know how to use a mouse. Okay.
Okay, and the rooms are like these little triangles. There was enough room. You had a bunk bed and 2 dressers that were stacked up, and like a little place to hang like jackets, and that was it.
These are tiny.
Oh,
here,
dude.
let's put this next to the scale. It's like 10 meters. It's like 30 feet wide. The whole thing.
Yeah, dude, they were really small.
How many rooms were in this 30-foot?
All right. Let me think. How many?
30 feet wide. That's like
3 rooms.
That's
in each
tiny.
one? 3. Yeah, there'd be like 3 rooms, like 1 room here, 1 room here, 1 room here, and then you had like these were like 2 bathrooms, and then there was a door out of here or something like that.
I don't think anybody can see your finger.
I'm pointing it out to you, really. Can they see is the pointer being recorded?
They can see the mouse.
Okay,
yeah.
the mouse is being recorded. Okay, so wait, let me do this like this. All right. Yeah, this right here used to be like a basketball court and a smoking area. Okay, and here's where the vans.
Depending on whatever you want to do, either can you do smoke while you're? I don't understand.
There was a little like a dugout.
Like outdoor.
Yeah, there was an outdoor basketball. This building wasn't here back then.
It looks like it's a gym right now with.
I don't know what it is now, but when I was here, this was like a basketball court and a little smoking area. And I remember that my room was right across it. So this right here was like where my room was. This little piece in here. Okay. I'm trying to think. Like this was the hallway, and then this was like the dorm parents' room and the lounge, and then there was like 3 more rooms over here.
Now,
so it was like 3. It was really like 6 rooms, really, in these 3 little pods.
Now,
and there was 3 of them. These were the boys, and then the girls lived. There were dorms up in this building. And then they had like an off-campus building for more girls.
Now. This road is called Memorial Drive. Do we know after whom it is named?
No.
Memorial Drive? Named after like John Memorial?
No. But interesting factoid, this school used to have the largest ropes confidence course in the entire United States.
Oh, I love ropes courses. Where was the ropes course?
It was actually, it was out in here.
Nice. I love ropes courses. I liked rock climbing. I liked belaying, and I liked all that stuff.
Yeah, it was lots of that shit. We used to go out there with, you'd hook up with someone and go out to them. Like get some privacy. Because you sure as fuck couldn't take a girl to your room. Seriously, those rooms were small.
You couldn't take a girl to your room at my boarding school either.
I mean, it did happen. You would get a girl jump, climb through the window.
Maybe it would have been very hard to get a girl to at our school.
You went to an all-boys school.
Yeah. Yeah, so it made it hard to get a girl there.
Here's the story of how I got sent to boarding school. Here's the story about how I got sent to boarding school. Okay, my parents used to threaten me with going to boarding school. Like, we're gonna send you to We'll send you to boarding school if you don't. So one day I was like, oh yeah, fuck you. Send me to boarding school. So then my mom worked at this like company that did after school tutoring. Okay, and like SAT prep work and stuff. And so she came home with a stack full of like these pamphlets for like all the different boarding schools in the United States. And I went like I remember I was in the passenger
Space camp.
I was in the passenger seat of the car. Okay, I'm in like the front seat, and I just remember like the back seat is covered in these things. And I just went like this, boom. I picked one up, and it was black and white, and like the black the white was supposed to be like snow. And it was like in Vermont.
They meant like black and white, like after segregation, like.
And it was in Vermont, and there were no black kids in my school. It was in Vermont near the mountain where my parents used to take us skiing every year for Christmas. Okay, for Christmas vacation. So I was like,
so that's what you did for your fucking Christmas?
Perfect.
I asked you that fucking question, and you said nothing.
Well, I mean, we only went there for like not every year,
once.
but like no, we went there for like
Never.
like 6 or 7 years maybe.
I
Used to decorate Christmas tree. Like Christmas Eve, we like all the kids that were there, with the parents, we'd sit around putting popcorn and berries on on a string and decorate the tree.
Popcorn and berries?
Yeah, I guess that's like old school traditional tree shit. And then all week long, they would like every day they would refill it. They'd hang like candy cans off the tree, and then all the kids would take them. And the next night they'd fill them up again.
I miss candy canes.
I really miss candy canes.
Yeah. We can pound on candy canes.
I don't like the way that sounded.
No, we can't. We can't do that. Well, I guess we gotta trash this.
We can edit that out.
I'm betting. Anyway.
Yeah, well, that's how I picked my boarding school. And
what about
the skiing was fucking awesome.
I don't understand.
On the property, there used to be a big hill, and the kids like turned it into a jump. It was right when snowboarding was starting to become a thing. Like a lot of the kids skied, and like a couple of them snowboarded, and they like turned this hill into a jump. And when it would snow, which was like every 4 minutes in Vermont, we'd like go out there and hit the jump, and these fuckers would do somersaults and shit. It was really cool. I did not do somersaults on my skis. I would go down and go, wee.
Yeah. No, I was looking for something here.
All right, well, we're not going to have time
but
for it.
But I can't find it.
And we're not going to have time for it because we started late and I got to go home and walk a dog.
Yeah.
Where she shits on everything.
Yeah.
She ate one of Shelly's stuffed animals today.
Ate?
I could see into its brains. It's like this little round thing like this, right? It's got a face on it, and like it's like right through the face into like the top of the thing. The dog just pulled out the stuffing. She was crying so much. She was like, "Abba." It was sad. I was like, "Well, you wanted a dog."
Yeah. I meant to ask my friend.
I told her she's got to make sure these things, are kept in high places on the shelves and not left where the dog can get them. She wasn't paying attention and left. There's a gate to her closing her door, and she left the gate open, and she wasn't paying attention, and the dog wandered into the room.
Just wandered into the room.
She was like, nobody's looking. I'm going in.
What's going to happen in here?
When they're paying attention, they yell at me, so nobody's paying attention. I'm going in there.
Looking behind her the whole time as she's walking through.
Oh, she knew what she was doing. She knew she wasn't doing something that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dogs are giant pains in the ass.
Not always, not all.
But they're cute, so you don't kill them. No, all of them. They're all pains in the ass.
No.
Yeah. Ask your
No.
father, because he's the one that took care of your dog.
No, he didn't.
There.
No, he didn't.
Okay, it was your mother.
Yeah. No, at the very beginning we had to potty train him, but then he was a good doggy. He was fine.
Did he ever use the potty? You ever go to the, needing to take a dump and you were like, the door's locked, you're like, woof, woof, woof.
Oh yeah, he would do that. He was a fucking prick. But he would flush. I wash his hands too. All 4 hands.
Dogs are way too stupid to use a toilet. You can train a cat to use a toilet.
But he doesn't have thumbs.
It's not
That's
that hard.
one of the things that fucking pissed me off about that movie, Meet the Fockers. Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, whichever one. Where he's talking about milking the cat using the toilet. But he doesn't have thumbs. You don't need thumbs to do this. It's just a stupid movie. And it's a stupid argument, and stupid people make stupid arguments. Nobody's that stupid and still alive. It was a stupid movie.
You argue about which direction the toilet paper should go, and I don't think you should be talking about stupid arguments.
No, that's not arbitrary, though.
It is.
It's either the toilet paper hanging down in midair, or
is your ass
hang on. Stop for a second.
Clean or dirty?
Stop for a second. Or it dragging against the wall where your piss is splashing back on. Where do you want your toilet paper hanging? In midair or snug against the wall, covered in piss?
Here's the funny
Tell me
thing.
yourself.
Here's the funny thing, right? Okay. Here's the wall, right? If the toilet paper is here and the toilet's here, then the piss is still hitting the toilet paper, even if it's not against the wall.
Only that first thing. Only that first so many centimeters of toilet paper.
And I don't use the toilet paper when I'm taking a piss.
So you take that toilet paper, you fold it up, and you wrap the other stuff over it, and you wipe your ass. So
really what you're saying
is thought this out.
When you go to take a piss, you don't need the toilet paper. And when you go to take a shit, okay, you could just take the first quarter rough and take off fresh toilet paper.
No, actually, usually I'll use that toilet paper. I'll pull that little bit off, that 3 squares. I'll fold them over, and I'll wipe the seat down from one of the other people who may have pissed on the seat.
And then you make your nest.
Huh?
And then I'm assuming you don't just wipe it down, and I'm sure you build a nest of toilet paper. Put toilet paper around the seat so that you sit on like a...
No, it's at my house. I'm not at the gas station. We do clean our toilet.
I would assume you clean your walls, too. Most people do clean the tiles. The walls.
Well, right in this one area, one of the tiles had broken, so there's spackle. Not spackle, like plaster, like the filler plaster, like a porous. It's not a smooth surface, so it can't really be washed in the same way. So, no.
But then again, because the tile's no longer
so I
there,
tear off.
It's actually pushed back, so it's not touching the wall in that spot, either. Well, because the tile goes out to here. Okay, the wall goes to here, and then there's filler in the middle. So if you take off the tile, there is now a farther gap away from the toilet paper than there would have been if the tile was
sitting
there.
Against that wall.
But the tile's missing.
Tile fell out. Mm-hmm. That space was refilled with a different material, so it's still flush.
Oh, someone filled. Okay, I didn't understand. Yeah. I thought you meant like the glue behind.
Spackle is.
Well, when you take off a tile, there's stuff behind it because people, stuff there to keep it on.
Right, but it was filled in with some other stuff. So there is still some, and it's only like half of a tile fell off. There's the rest of the tile, and the rest of the wall.
When you go to the bathroom and your roommates put it backwards, do you go crazy and fix it?
Yeah.
You got problems.
No, because it makes sense.
It's a product you buy to literally wipe shit. It really doesn't matter which direction.
My shit off of my ass. It's wiping my germs. I don't need anybody else's germs inside of my asshole.
And as you said, you took the pieces that were sticking down that would have gotten covered in someone's piss, and you used them to wipe.
Yeah, but I fold that over. It's hanging down like this.
Yeah. Now the toilet paper you're using is fresh toilet paper.
The toilet paper is hanging down like this. I fold it, take that and wipe it down, and then, yeah.
And then with every wipe, you're taking a fresh piece of toilet paper.
With every wipe?
Well, every time you have with every wipe. Of your ass. You know, after you shit, you take a wipe or two of your ass with toilet paper.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Okay, so none of that toilet paper's been hanging down and it's gotten piss splashed on.
Where would the piss splash from?
I don't know. Where would the piss splash from while you're taking a shit?
It doesn't. I'm taking a shit. I have wiped the seat down.
Yeah.
I'm sitting down. I'm taking.
So
a
what
shit.
I'm asking you is,
I finished taking a shit,
so what I'm
and then I
asking you
use
is
the
now,
toilet paper that's sitting there.
what I am asking you
That's hanging down
is it
there.
now after you've taken your shit, okay? If it was in the wrong direction, okay, would your ass be any less clean or would it be any cleaner? You're not wiping it with infected toilet paper. That was already ripped off and wiped.
Right, exactly.
Away. So now you're using fresh. So if it was in the wrong direction, what different would it make at this point?
No, I would switch it around. What don't you understand? I'm happy to explain.
There's something very wrong with you.
I'm very happy to explain this. This makes a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't. It's literally some paper that you use to wipe your ass.
Dragging against a bunch of like a piss-soaked wall.
It's not. I don't understand I don't understand what goes on in your house. And it's like, or you like to pull it off, and you have to like. It's like a little wheelie thing broken. You need to unglue it.
And it's very heavy toilet paper too.
Fucking made of lead.
I need a pair of tin snips to.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not using rocks?
Did you ever see that? Somebody photoshopped an image of it was a toilet paper, but it was cheese grater. Like squares of cheese graters.
I have seen that. Yeah. Wouldn't want that going the wrong way.
Yeah, I'll flip that around. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's time to go. See you later.
It's only 53 minutes.
Spay new to your friends.
Yeah, all those things and everything else. Oh, yeah, it's time to go.
Stop
doing what you're
doing. I got
doing.
an itch. I've been holding it in for 50-some-odd minutes.
All right. Well, anyway, like, share, subscribe. Hit that little bell icon. You'll get notified each time we do another one of these things.
Yeah, we do them
and
often.
stuff.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
No, seriously, spay new to your friends. Otherwise,
Seriously.
things like this happen.
Dude, it'll be hilarious. Report back.
Get one of those little rubber bands, just go up to your friend. What? Castrated.
Ooh.
That should be a new bit we should do. Castrate people just go, oh, you've been castrated.
No.
No?
Zip ties. Grab a zip tie. Prepare it ahead of time. Just like loop it around. So like carry a bunch of these in your pocket.
Yeah, this is not the kind of thing you want to have to loop during the thing. Hold on, mister.
Go to a bathroom. Like slip it on. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to get that off at a moment's notice.
You got to do it quick, otherwise you're gonna get in trouble. You got to go up to someone.
Fast.
You got to go up to someone while they're at the urinal and just really quickly swing. Ring around the rosy and
that's it. And chances are you've just castrated that person. Whether you actually, whether like it chopped it off.
Chances are you're gonna get they're gonna manage to get that off before their balls turn black and fall off. It takes a couple days for that to happen.
I don't know. I mean, you can damage the vesicles and the veins and all the. Try it. Let us know what happens.
Videotape it, and we will give you one of James's shirts. Same one we tried to give away last year.
Still unclaimed.
No, Ken won it. He just didn't want
Ken won it.
He just refused to let us send it to him.
All right.
Once again, castrate a friend, okay? Videotape it, send it to us, send us the video at jewsinthemedia at gmail.com.
Something.
And if we pick your video, You will get James's shirt.
Sounds good to me. I'm happy. I'm happy to
Sacrifice the shirt you didn't like.
For the show.
Yeah.
Anything for the fans.
It's for the show. All right.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Uh.
Peace.